truth like Bleak said, these cowards cotton candy, simply sweet. Suburban chumps who never touch the street. Stay with the hawk and pounding the fleece, hawking them down, hawking pound, turning thin, here in and out the lace of his knees. And scrap him untamed beast, released from his cage.
Franchise here, special episode of the Now It Seems podcast with a sit-down interview of the mystery voice from episode 1 that everybody was asking about. Oh, I can't hear her. Well, you about to hear, meet, all that. This is one of my closest friends for so many years. She's been there with me through the roughest parts of my life. She is the entrepreneur, mobile massage, waist beads. She was making masks during COVID, making do-rags for you guys. Your hookah girl, Spa Atlantic. Like, I can go on and on. But this is, and now she's, doing her thing on a motorcycle. Y'all see her out here. My dearest friend, Dominique. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. So, everybody was wanting to see the face behind the voice. A lot of people agree with you. They loved your input on the chaos that Jam brought to the episode. Shout out to Jam. Shout out to Star. But this is her. So how have you been? What is going on with you? Talk to me.
I am well. Just working. My kids are about to start flag football. Both of them. Yeah. My son and my daughter are about to do flag football.
She about to go crazy.
Yeah, Kim about to go crazy. Elijah, he.
Oh yeah, he at that age. Yeah. He at that age.
Just working and trying to find balance.
I love that. I love the word balance. Energy. Again, y'all favorite hookah girl. Please let them know where or they can come get the best hookah on the beach.
I'm at Lolly's on 3rd. My schedule alternates all the time, but if I'm not working, I'm in there still smoking, vibing, trying to teach people how to smoke hookah. Just a good time, good energy. If you don't know how to smoke, we can teach you.
I was there a couple weeks ago with my big brother. Shout out to Jamaica. Yep. Yeah. Got a little hammered.
A time was had.
A little hammered. Yeah, I ruined his shoes. Let's just say that. And he is mad, and I owe him a pair of shoes. Don't do that. Don't do that. What is that called?
Clock that tea.
Yeah. Don't do that. Clock your shit. Me and him have had a conversation about the shoes.
I'm certain of it.
He hit a deer that night after he dropped me off.
Y'all had a night.
he hit a deer. Messed up the front of his Jeep. But he was good. He came by the house the next day. I left my keys in his car.
Shoes,
car, stuff. Right? Yeah, it was. It was. Oh my God.
This is why y'all stay in the house. This is exactly where y'all stay.
I never go nowhere. You know that. Mm-hmm. So,
and when you do, you go big. Apparently,
it's Jamaica's fault. But he told Elena, he's like, I ain't gonna get him too drunk. And she was like, I ain't worried about that.
You're like, I'm good. 30 seconds later. I said, oh no, he needs some milk.
Yo, wow. Okay. All right,
that's good.
Don't do me like that. That's fucked up. I've had people inquire based off the conversation at the end of the pod between you and Jam about this dating balloon pop thing that we were discussing.
Inquire as far as what? They want to hold a balloon or what? Like,
so for the males out here, what is it that you look for in a guy?
I'm Ray Charles. No, I'm playing.
Oh, wow.
I won't say that I'm looking. I want to be found.
Ooh.
I'm not looking. If I see you, cool. If I don't, cool. But if you find me, that means you were searching for me and you know what you're looking for. That's what I'm.
That's a bar. Not mad
I'm
at
not a
that.
rapper though.
I ain't
Yeah,
mad at
I'm
that. I don't have no candidates.
okay.
I just
This is good news.
yeah, like I mean, I have friends, but you know, they're just
So you truly want me
you
to do the balloon pop?
listen, I'm all for it. It's entertainment. Like you were my closest friend, so I would be picky anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah.
So if I choose, you're like, nope, 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 nope.
No.
Yes, you would. Nope, nope. Give me 2 balloons. Nope, 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 nope. You get a double that.
No.
Yes, you would.
No, but like, I don't know.
You'd be like,
Maybe, but it also depends. It depends on a number of things as well.
that's fair.
Like you know, like I see you as a friend, as a mom. I
Mm.
see how hard you go for your kids. So that would be number one as a friend, sitting back looking like, does this guy have kids?
Mm-hmm.
How is he around kids? And some people will fake that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not gonna lie, because the things that I know that we need as a family, I won't be able to find out standing there with a balloon. So it literally just be initial attraction and energy. I know I would be a better asset as a hostess. I would do the balloon pop, but I would absolutely like to be the hostess. I got some questions.
So you host. Jam will be the the person to choose, and then we just line up some girls and let Jam.
Sure.
All right.
I'll do one of each.
All
I'll be on one side of it so I can know what it's like.
Jam, you hear that? Yeah, we gonna have to
Be
line
worse
that up.
you. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, but who raised these? Cut.
Jam picky anyway though.
That's what I said.
But yeah, he know that. He gonna be
You got to put one in there that's like a stage one that we know is not going to get it. We just got to say the most stereotypical things that he's going to hate. You got to put one in there.
Want to be in there and be like, women take accountability all the time.
People,
He gonna pop.
he gonna pop his own balloon. I'm out. Cause what?
Give me this. Wow, I'm out.
He gonna call the balloon company. He call Party City. Hey, pop everything in there.
Nah, but that'll be fun. I think Jam. He said he'll do it. I think it'll be
He'll
fun.
be a good sport.
Try to get Rashad involved in it too. Drag their asses into it.
Ooh.
I think that'll be fun. So what do you have going on? Like let people know about like your mobile massage. Like how'd you get started in that?
Okay.
Because I mean, we go back to damn
culinary arts.
Yeah, culinary arts like in Atlanta. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like let people know like how you got started in that.
So at 17, I graduated from North Myrtle Beach High School. I went straight to Atlanta. I was like, oh, I'm about to be outside. I'm about to party. Apparently, I don't like to be outside. I don't like major cities. I'd rather live on the outside and like go travel in, but I didn't know that till I experienced it.
Right.
I went there to go to the Art Institute of Atlanta for baking and pastry. I don't know if you remember, I gained like 40 pounds first year. Cakes, pies, ice cream, biscuits. Everything was in there. I'm just bringing home bags of cakes. It was crazy. I could not get financial aid to continue. I was on the dean's list. And my chefs were writing letters to try to keep me in school. So I don't know if you've heard about the financial aid situation where a lot of loans are getting dismissed and all that because of some janky stuff, or my dorms were tied in with my tuition. So if I didn't pay my tuition, I couldn't stay at the dorms. I'm 17. I couldn't even get an apartment yet. So I got big decisions to make.
Right.
Turned 18. I was like, all right, I got to leave school, got my own apartment. I was trying to figure it out. And a little boyfriend I had at the time was like, there's a school down the street. Let's go over there. Let's see what they got. I walk in. They was like, oh, massage. It only takes less than a year. I was like, all right, whatever. Never had a massage. Never been massaged before. I was like, whatever, less than a year. Something out of pocket. I'm thinking risk versus reward. This is how much you could make doing it. This is how long it takes. It's like, okay, timing's good. I'm not going another 3-4 years and nothing. Just got out of high school. I'm not doing that again. So I go to class the first day. They're like, all right, everybody strip. So I never had a massage before. So I step out the room. I call my mom. Mom, they told me to get naked in here. She was like, what you think they was going to do? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. So we worked on classmates. And then once you got almost finished with the program, then you would do clinicals where you would have clients come in and you work on them for like a discounted price. I've been doing it now. It's going to be 13 years.
Damn.
The week I graduated from massage therapy school, I found out I was pregnant with my son.
Wow.
I was like, guess I'm still not outside. My first year of massaging, I was pregnant. The whole first year.
That's crazy. Because I remember the baby shower.
Yep.
Yeah,
I came all the way to South Carolina for a baby shower.
Yeah, I remember that. That's your mom.
My goodness. Yeah, so that's from my son, Elijah Blue. He's going to be 12 on the 15th. So I came home back to South Carolina. My mama was here. She was like, I'll help you get situated, blah, blah, blah. I got into my first major car accident. I think it was on 95. Is that coming from Wilmington? Is that 95?
Going where? No, 17.
Coming from Wilmington, coming this way. A car ran into me, never hit their brakes, and pushed me into an F-250. But I seen them coming, so I put my palms on the steering wheel, and I had turned a little bit, so my front left hit their back right. So I wasn't smashed between them. But I couldn't work for a while. I was having back spasms. I was like, all right, I got to figure out risk versus reward. I was like, I got $7 in my pocket. All right, cool. I'm going to go buy some fabric. I started making bonnets. I got on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember the bonnets.
Learned how to make bonnets.
Yep.
So I'm on there trying to learn how to make bonnets. Sold my first bonnet, took the money, bought more fabric, took that, doubled it, kept flipping. I was slinging bonnets.
Slinging bonnets?
I was slinging bonnets. And at this point, my son's like 2 or 3 years old, and he in there watching me sew or making deliveries and all that. And I was like, I'm kind of good at this. Okay. So that's how people got introduced to me, was my bonnets.
Yeah.
I didn't have a name per se because it was just me and Elijah, which was Blue.
Right.
Fast forward, I got back to work and blah, blah, blah. Once my body healed, I went on to continue to start massaging up and down the beach. I was at Hilton and all that. I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. And that's where Blue reigned. So Elijah Blue and Camilla Rain. Not Rain, but like
Rain, yeah.
That's my firecracker. COVID hit.
Uh-huh.
And then nobody's working. They're definitely not massaging. They're like, what? Don't touch me.
Right, exactly.
So I got some fabric, as I do, and I started making face masks at the house the entire COVID time. I didn't have like the break that people had when they was off work. It was me and my newborn in the apartment, and I'm sewing face masks, kind of like I guess you say the nurse style, the folded ones. Everybody was doing these like just a piece of fabric and the hair ties around the ear, but they were agitating. So I was doing the ones where they're like layered, kind of like blinds would be, and then they tie kind of like a surgeon's mask. So I was making those. It got so big that I ended up like selling to doctors' offices, and people wanted their names printed because I did heat press.
I got one that said franchise and twin one on there.
I was making those so much so that I never missed a month of rent payment during COVID. They don't get no rewards for that though.
That's crazy.
I took a break the month before we went back to working, and when they released everybody to go back. But I had to take the break because I knew we was about to start back, and I was like, I am burnt out. I'm going to the post office with 2 kids, one walking, toddler, one on my hip, bag full of packages to drop off, and people are yelling like, why are you mailing them? COVID. That's the reason you got a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
It was crazy times, but people made time and money for what they needed. So it was a good time.
For sure.
I started doing do-rags a little bit, sold to barbershops. That was cool. I heard the complaints about different do-rags and what they didn't like in the lines and all that. So I was making velvet ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I was making velvet ones with the thicker straps. It was cool. They was cooling on the inside because the particular velvet I used. It was real lit. And then Bow Wow came out with velvet do-rags. And I was like, I'm going to take a break for a minute. Let his fall.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow, yeah. His little face up there with his do-rag. But I would frequent this bar, Lolly's on 3rd, and I was like, oh, I like this place. It's cool. I'm chilling, smoking my hookah. That's what people would recognize. Oh, you being there with them big clouds. And eventually they were like, hey, you're always here. There's a position open. You want to make the hookah? I was like, sure. I don't care. And I just fell in love with it. I like customer service. I like serving people. I like you to come in and be like, what flavor should I get? I'm like, well, what you drinking? All right, this will go good with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're drinking a beer, I might do like a cherry flavor or something, or you drinking, what do they call, sunrises or something. I'm like, okay, so you like the orange juice or pineapple? Let's do some orange pineapple.
Yeah.
So it's learning people and what they like and their behaviors and all that. So I've been there now, I think 2 years now, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, I think it's almost 2.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, well, just like when me and Jamaica went, like it was interesting to see, like how you make it. Like, cause I don't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that was learning to me. Like, and just from what you were telling me and my brother was telling me, and I'm just watching. I'm like, yo, I didn't know you had to do all of that
Mm-hmm.
for hookah.
It's funny because there's little quick ones and then there's like more complicated ones. But for me, it's the same as people that like, they used to roll their cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the little machine they used
Yeah.
to roll them?
Yeah.
Versus people that like cigars. It's versus people that like coffee. Some people don't like the flavor. They like the routine of coffee. You feel like you got your shit together this morning because you got your cup. All right, I got my cup. I got my this in place. And okay, now I put this. And now when I sit down, now I'm ready to work.
Right.
You're mentally getting yourself ready for the day. With hookah and with cigars, it's like a social. I'm deliberately saying I'm going to spend this amount of time relaxing and
That's
socializing.
true. Yeah.
You get a cigar, people are sitting around having business meetings or they're celebrating. That's a celebratory thing usually. Or, celebrating yourself. A lot of times they walk through like, yeah, I'm a boss. It's a status symbol with your cigars.
Mm-hmm.
So for hookah, it's kind of like a parallel because you're not walking around when you're sitting down, but overseas they have big festivals, big weddings where they got the tall ones and they got several hoses. Like
exactly.
It's a big
a
deal.
whole bunch of them.
And herbs and spices in it. So it's more intentional. So just getting it introduced to people here. And then now it's like, okay, you're going to be at the bar. You're not popping in for a shot and leaving. I got you for at least an hour. 1 hour, you're going to smoke hookah. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have good conversation. You don't know how to smoke perfect. I can talk to you a little more. Let's talk about your day. So I enjoy the experience.
Yeah. It was definitely, even the annoying ass woman that was, I don't fucking know, man, was talking my fucking head off. Like, it was like, I'm sitting here like, me, you, and Big Bro, like, we talking, and here come Chatty Patty. Like, yo, you a grandma, you out here talking about drama. Like, yo, it was a vibe. And then you got people just coming over, and I'm like, damn, like, how often does that happen to where, like, from your point of view, where it may be a group of people just chilling, and then you got that one person or that crowd. Like, does it happen often where people get annoyed if somebody kind of...
Well, there's a combination of things that comes in with knowing your clientele. So being a bar versus a club versus a lounge, certain nights have certain music playing. So we're trying to pull a certain demographic and push them to certain days to not, extra mix and mingle. That particular night was more of a chill night. Do you remember what day of the week that was?
A Monday.
A Monday. So we hadn't really, it wasn't like a set theme or anything.
Right.
Just as bartenders have to watch for danger with who they're serving, overpouring. If someone's walking up and you're like, are you good? You want to, yo, girl, I need help with my eyes in the bathroom real quick. You have to know the dangers. A lot of times we look for social cues. If you're sitting there smoking and someone, like, girl, you need something? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to lean in and talk to y'all about hookah stuff that you didn't ask about. I'm like, okay. But yeah, people get agitated because everyone has a different goal when they go out. Like for me, I like to be in the cut smoking. I like to be able to see everything, but I don't want to talk all the time. Sometimes I want to hear the music and not hear people. It happens, but a lot of times if it becomes like a problem, like pesky, security walking around, they looking at us, you good? I'm like, yeah. All right. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, let's talk to you out here about these sports. And they'll gently reassign you. But it's a team effort. It's a team effort. You're friendly. You weren't being aggressive or nothing. And they were being a little abrasive. And then just like, you good? I'll move. But and everyone still has a chance to have fun. But they read the room and they dismissed themselves. They're like, ain't nobody turned up in here. No, it's fun day. We're chilling.
It wasn't even like nobody even paying you no attention. Like,
but it comes down even to the music you play and the volume you play it at. On a Monday, it's a lower tone, and if it's not related, let's bring that down. So it's a talking level.
It was low because we could clearly hear each other, even
That's
the people that was
intentional. Yeah.
inside.
If you're at a talking level, when you walk in, it's quiet in here.
They
Like,
kill all
so
that
everything
shit.
is intentional. The lighting will change.
Mhm.
If it's just like, chilling mode right now, we'll have it like medium dim. If it's a night where we have like a special theme or something, it's going to be a little darker. So everything is intentional. Read the room.
I will say, like now that you say it, that was probably the first time, probably in 10 years, I went somewhere and my back was to the door.
Mm-hmm.
I never sit like that.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like
it's
it.
always, I don't care if I go out to eat, like I'm facing the door. I want to see
Mm-hmm.
who coming in, like everything. Like, and like now that you say, I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, my back was to the door the whole time. Not saying like, anything was wrong, but when you're trying to read the room and pay attention, like I want to be able to sit back and watch and actually read the room, the people that come in, everything. That's crazy.
You didn't even realize that you
I
had got.
didn't.
I don't
I
know if it
didn't.
was you felt comfort or what.
Yeah,
but yeah. I was
like,
surprised because when you sit right there where I serve the hookah, typically everyone's back is, or you'll turn your chair to the side so you can see, But when you're socializing,
Jamaica did that. Like he had turned his chair to the side, so where I turned mine back to that lady. Jamaica had, now that you said, he did position himself to where he could see the door that was behind. That's that military shit for him. I feel you. It's tough. Something that I've been seeing on social media that is getting a lot of attention, and I want your input on it. Is I don't want to say her name wrong. Janelle
I think it's Sinbad or
Sinbad, I
something.
thought so. The hate that I see this mixed girl getting, because everybody keeps, oh, this white girl, she's mixed. She stated that, she proved that. The hate that she's getting, even from locals, is fucking wild to me. And I don't see and I saw the originator of the dance. I don't think she ever claimed to be the originator. She just does the dance well. The first video I saw of the girl that created the dance, she wasn't doing the dance as good as Janelle. But the hate that I've seen from black people towards this young lady is fucking mind-blowing to me. We live in a world where these motherfuckers act like it's a bad thing to congratulate somebody.
What you want to know?
Like, what do you like? What are your thoughts on the whole situation? Because people say, "Oh, she stole a dance."
So, in order to really understand the situation, some of it you got to be from the South. Some of it you have to understand family dynamics where there's generational issues, that there can be more than one head of the household in the house type energy. Number one, she's young and she's doing something and she's getting famous. She's making a big lump sum of money, whereas some of the older generation used to have to like break their neck to get that. So we're even going into social media making money versus go get you a regular 9-to-5 energy. We got the colorism topic because they're saying the originator is a woman of darker complexion, and then they love her because she's more fair skinned. So we're in the School Days energy. Go watch School Days if you haven't. Make your little girls and little boys watch it. So we're talking about colorism when we're talking about her shade, her hair texture versus this. She's more sexualized versus this. It's so many layers and it's agitating what already happens. Kind of like with Aunt Viv. We can't ignore that it happens. Kind of like My Wife and Kids.
Oh yeah.
We replace the daughter. It happens.
Yeah.
So to play oblivious to it just because you don't personally experience it is similar to being mad about people not respecting our plight about racism. Just because you don't experience it, you don't respect it. Well, colorism within us.
Yeah.
I'll say ageism. Like people have an issue with young people making money in easier ways than they used to be able to. There's young kids that are on social media that are retiring their parents, getting them houses just off of social media.
Yeah.
They now have the innovativeness to, okay, I get this many likes, we're going to monetize this. This is how they're making money. We don't have to push them towards college and all that as much, because now we're pushing them towards making your money and not die trying. So it's quicker. So to see her come up so fast from dancing, then like, well, you didn't make it. A lot of times you don't have to make it. She's just bringing insight to it. And then, I mean, she's putting South Carolina on the map, right? Now, I don't see anything wrong with her. What I wish somebody with a brain would do would be to have got these two girls together, the originator and her, and then do one big show. Now, shut all that down. Now there's no debate because, oh,
we're together.
It's similar to, oh, I'm dating you and you cheat on me with this girl, and oh yeah, she don't like you because this. You stay right there. Me and her gonna talk. Now you can't separate us by what we don't know.
Right.
You bring them two girls together, and now shut all that down. They still gonna have something to say. Who did it better? It don't matter because we doing it together. We both making money.
Yeah. Because people were even saying, like, upset about what she was charging, and I don't think people understand, like, all these negative comments they were posting. Y'all are upping her price.
All right.
And so as much as you want to hate, you are literally putting money into her pocket, because a lot of people don't understand how that monetizing shit goes. They don't understand, like, what your social media numbers will do for you in this era of business. Let's
keep it a stack. Anybody that's at your job for more than 6 months and you haven't asked for a quarterly review or a raise, you can't talk to her about what her price is. Let's keep it. Anybody that's in a relationship over a year and y'all don't know what direction you're going in 2, 3, 4 years, you don't really have a ground to stand on because you don't know your value. So because she's putting her price, it doesn't have to be your price. That's what she's charging. That's what they're paying.
Right,
so there's
exactly,
no question if it's worth it. Well, if it's not worth it to you, then you don't book her for whatever venue you don't have.
Right.
But for me, like I said, I would have loved to see somebody. It's not solely the two girls' responsibility to bring that together, but their camp. You know, she has a team of security now, meaning she has management now. Somebody should have said, let's go ahead, instead of pinging them against each other, Nikki, Cardi, let's bring them together. Of course, people, I wouldn't say anyone's really financially benefiting aside from their viral post picking on the girl. But I think it's goofy because this is a chance to put South Carolina on the map and it's already pinged with drama.
Right. I saw the one video, some appearance, and I'm not sure who recorded like the parts. I'm not sure if she was with the other girl. I forgot her name. But there's a video of Janelle doing the dance, and she turns and looks at the camera and says, "She can't. Nobody can fuck with me," or something like that. I don't know if both girls were promoted for the event, but it's almost like the other girl was always there, like watching from the side and trying to jump in, and shit like that annoys me. And I did hear her speak on anytime she goes to an event, first thing she do is she'll get in the crowd and dance with the people there. Let them know, yo, like, I'm just like y'all. Like, I ain't made it, you know. That particular night, I'm almost sure she said she told her manager, yo, I don't know if I want to be here. She felt the energy was off in there. But she went and danced to the crowd anyway, and then we saw what happened. And it's like, damn, man, like, let her support her family. Like, nobody know her story. Nobody don't know where she came from, with her mom and dad. There might be health issues going on. You don't know. Like, for people to sit back and be mad at the price that somebody is charging for an appearance, clearly she's getting it. If you don't have the money to book her, then...
So this is my thing, right? People just saying, oh, she's not worth that. They're looking at her. You're not worth that. You're not worth that. We're literally on an auction block at this point, right? If this girl is taking off 3-4 days, if she works, she's taking off 3-4 days. Travel expense, I don't know if that's included in the $6,000. Attire, because you can't show up looking crazy. But, oh, yeah, she's not even dressed as bad as the one. Let's just say she misses 3 or 4 days of work. She works 10 hours those days, 40-hour days, or 40 hours, right? How much money would she be missing? And she still has to travel. You still have, we talked about this the other day, being a performer, an entertainer, is not just show up and be a robot. You got to eat. You got to make sure your health is well. So she's doing enough so that she can make these appearances. She still looks good. She's in shape. She has to make sure she's doing all of these things. So she might be equating, oh, I got 3 or 4 shows. Let me make sure my bills are paid enough for the next 6 months so that I don't have to worry about, okay, I got to work that day. I can't go to Tennessee. No, she's doing it smart. Right. But again, if you don't have that same mindset and you don't have those avenues, you don't even know, if I'm gonna sell you something, I need to be able to make 3 times my profit, right? Right. Yep. So that a third of it go back into inventory. That's how people get messed up. Oh yeah, I sold all this. Oh, now I don't have money to re-up my supplies. Because no one broke it down to you. That's not all profit, baby. It's never all profit. It's never all profit. So for me, so many entertainers fall under the radar because they might have a hit song, but drug addiction, they're not eating right, they're hospitalized because of their health. How many super famous people that made it go to the hospital because of their health? Rick Ross. You're on the road when you get a home cooked meal. You know what I'm saying? Fast food. Now the girl has a security team because people are making threats online. That's another expense. She got to make sure they're travel, they're paid. It's not just they show up in that city. No, they have to travel with her. She has to be able to trust them. So they're complaining about
that relationship with security.
And even then, we know sometimes you still can't trust your team. Right. So, and then she got to make sure her family's good. We don't know how she's supporting her family.
Right,
so
exactly.
6,000, they're talking about for a show, but you don't know everything that goes into it. If anything, respect it. But hey, how you doing that? Or how, what are the steps you're taking to get put on the map? Or what do you do with the money? But why would she want to pour that back into it? All she's been getting is everybody's ass to kiss.
Mm-hmm. That's literally it. Like, me personally, I know the guy from South Carolina made the song. To my knowledge, there's not a music video of it. I don't see a scenario where he don't reach out to both of them and say, yo, I'm going to shoot this video. Can I get both of you here, right? I just saw Beyonce play the song at her show. Mm-hmm. So if this trajectory continues and Beyonce do it, y'all gonna be mad at Beyonce? Why she ain't pick the dark skinned girl?
And that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Somebody should have seen it coming.
Right.
Somebody should have seen that
coming.
It
happened with the girl that did the dance.
The TikTok
dance.
Yeah, yep. Same thing. Yep. And I think it took legal matters to get her the credit and to get her monetized. Yep. Which is crazy because once you become a certain level of
But look at because it took so long, those girls, the sisters or whoever were Camilla, I don't know the girl's name. They don't have like specials on Hulu.
The Renegade
dance, yep, like K-Camp songs.
That's on Fortnite. The dance,
the dance is on Fortnite. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think people saw Janelle's fair skin, instantly said, white girl. The creator is a dark-skinned girl, and this is the same situation. Before they done their research and said, oh, these are 2 black women, and I think social media put them against each other.
So who's around the girls? As soon as social media start pinging them against each other, where's the support system for the darker complexion young lady? Like, come on, let's put something together. I've never heard if they've ever really spoken to each other. Have they ever tried to connect something? Right. Though it'd be nice for everybody to be a girl's. Everybody's not a girl's girl, but that's going to have to be the proof in the pudding. Which one didn't want to do it? Yep. But I mean, if you're watching, as we all are watching, you should be able to see what's coming. Mm-hmm. If you don't have nobody in your corner that can see what's coming, you're already doomed. Yeah. Once you go into the show where it was live and it shows all the people, the huge crowd. Yep. You were doomed if you don't have nobody in your corner that's telling you, hey, we're seeing what's happening. Either they want the beef or they want to go ahead and be like, you know what, next show, let's go ahead and do a whole trail ride and invite creator, musician, and then doing them separately. Let's bring them both up to speed. Right. So all you can do is hate on aesthetics, what you think you favor or whatever. You eliminate all that confusion. If you're like, are they both here? Now what? Now what y'all got to say?
Now what?
Now you have to admit that you have those underlying deep Southern issues. It happens up north too, but in the South, it's a little more.
It's so bad.
It's a little more. And like I said, we still have the issue of the age thing too. And this young girl, is she being, real sexual and all that? I'm like, If she's stiff, y'all not gonna want to book her. Like,
Right,
what do y'all
exactly,
want?
exactly, yeah.
But that's my opinion. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But I like money. I like the go-getter mentality. If there's a need, if there's a desire, if you can maintain your mental, physical health and your image and still do it, I say do it. I don't expect her to reach back and be like, this is how I did it. This is how I got monetized. This is how I got booked. This is what I did in order to have someone manage my bookings. I don't know if she would have the mental energy and capacity to want to even do it now.
Yeah.
But it would be dope.
Yeah.
Because she would be
more respected, and you know, other avenues may open from that.
Like the Renegade Girl, it was a fix it by suing versus this could be teach us along the way. How you doing it?
Mm-hmm. And then even with the Renegade Girl, she eventually, because she was so young when she made the dance.
Mm-hmm.
By the time her and the two sisters got together and did the video together, like they were like probably 16, 17, 2 years. I saw a video where K-Camp told the story about where he shared the white girl video and people was just like, yo, like in the comments, he said he woke up and it was all over Twitter like, oh, you ain't supporting the black girl, like she created the dance, and he had no idea.
He was oblivious.
Right.
But her fan base advocated for her.
Right, exactly.
So their fan bases are advocating for them to come together right now.
Yeah. So he reached out, he got in touch with her, I think brought out to a show, like took pictures with her and her family in the studio and all kinds of shit, and brought her out on stage and done the dance, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, if you're oblivious, like how would you know? You know what I'm saying? It just sucks because you see it so bad, like, and it's everywhere, like in all avenues, not just with the Janelle Sinbad situation. You see it in work environments and just out and about. I mean, I'm sure you see that shit a lot at your job. I see it, you know, in my profession too. It's just, it sucks. It's annoying. But it's 2025, and this is the world we live in now.
I deal with it a lot with my son because he's in sports. They'll get he light skinned, he ain't about to do nothing, he ain't got that power, and I'm like,
and then
it don't help that he definitely falls into some of the stereotypes he missed out.
And then he get over there and put somebody on their ass in football. Oh yeah,
like he has to double earn someone's respect, or he can tell when he's not included in certain vibes with the teams and stuff. Or he's like, I don't have a bunch of cousins and all that, and I'm not from here. It's just me and my sister. And I'm like, just show up and be who you are. Because though he might not get instantly accepted into certain sports environments, he got invited to do the junior police.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, you sent me that.
Because his reputation amongst staff, his reputation amongst his teachers, even when he get in trouble, they're like, he's so charming. I'm like, give his ass detention. Like, but because he's well-mannered, he has a good heart, he built a reputation where it matters. I said, build a reputation in school, and you can kind of get away with more as you're finding yourself versus trying to build a reputation with kids, and they're not going to be the same person on Thursday. Yeah. They've changed their mind.
I tell Jonah that sometime too, because, you know, all kids get a phone call here and there, and the teacher be like, he's so smart. He's so nice. He's the only kid that'll raise his hand and answer questions as opposed to blurting out. And then, you know, it's, you know, certain kids, and I be telling him, like, son, like, you ain't gotta go to school and impress nobody but the teachers. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
And your reputation will greet you before you get in that room.
Oh God.
And you know me, you've known me for years. A lot of people that have met me or they see me in different environments, they're like, you used to do the bonnets, you used to do this, or they're like, I've sat down and watched you from so-and-so event. I'm like, I'm glad I'm the same person that I claim to be. Yeah. Because whenever somebody else come and try to do that division, whether it be in my relationships or social or anything like that, I usually have people advocating like, nope, I met Dom. I know her behind the scenes. And like, that ain't it. And so, like I said, I prefer my reputation to speak for me before I hit the room. When it comes down to Elijah, a lot of times I'll tell him, when you go anywhere, when you walk into any building, find a camera. You outside, find a camera, be visible. That saved us from a lot of stuff. And he has a good heart, but I will say he's slow to anger. I've seen him mad twice in his life, and it scared me a little bit, but he's very slow to anger. His sister is the firecracker. So when people like pick on her, they call her bite size. She's like, I'm not little. She's very petite, but she's, you know, a tall 6-year-old, well, now 7. she is a lot quicker to temper. And I'm like, you can't do that because even if you're right, you're wrong if you handle it wrong before they give you a
Before
chance
they
to speak
even,
for yourself. So you
yep.
got to calm your little storm. And I said, give them a chance to make it right. And if they don't correct it, then you come to
Then
me.
you can,
Yeah. Give them a chance. You can't skip over them because they're going to say you're wrong.
Right.
And if they don't handle it, when I pick you up, when I come to pick you up, Mom, this is what happened. Don't tell me in the car.
Don't
tell me in the building.
Yeah.
And now they trust me because it's never been a situation they brought me that I didn't advocate and handle it. And if you're wrong, I'm on your head. But
me and Elena have dealt with that with, you know, Jonah or Serenity. Man, Jonah had a friend that, you know, would invite him over to his house and all that, and you know, we would take him over there, wasn't an issue or whatever, and then something happened on the school bus with a vape, and they try to say it was Jonah's and this and the third, and Jonah got in trouble because he it was in his hand, like he passed it. Never seen him with it, and instantly, you know, the kid blamed Jonah. And you know, we reached out to the parents, and man, they just not my son, like instantly. And speaking to Jonah, he was like, no, he said it was his brother's, like his older brother. I met him when I was over at his house, and and then they found out the truth. And it's, you think we got an apology? No.
Never.
No. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I had to tell the kids, like, yo, you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with. Like Terrence used to say all the time, dang, Dad, everybody know you. And I'm quick to tell all my kids, yo, it don't matter who speak to me, right? I'm like, pay attention to the quality of the person, the type of person that approaches me. They never approach me on some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Always respectable handshakes, even when they go places. Oh, Dad, such and such told me to tell you, hey, like blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, and this generation got it so easy, but they got it so hard at the same time. And anybody that's raising a kid from the age of, like, Cameron is 6, Camilla 7. So, like, from here, like, forward, man, like, it's tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got 2 daughters graduating next month. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Anaja's going to the Army. Sierra's still undecided. I'm like, yo, like, y'all got it so much easier than what I had. Like coming out of school, going to BCC for a couple of years. Like, that shit was hard back then.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. For males, this generation is allowed to be weird and geeky and nerdy, whereas the 90s babies had to be hardcore gangsters, and God forbid the 80s babies had to really be some killers. So like this generation, they're like, I'm like, what kind of shoes you want? I want Crocs. I go subbing at schools, and like everyone looks like they're traveling. Everyone has on Crocs, tube socks, hoodies. Everyone looks super chill. I remember being like pressured to get like the latest Air Forces. This ain't name brand. You don't have this.
Oh,
and I'm
that's still out there.
It's still there, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Like certain schools I go into, they'll be like, I was like, most of these kids look
homeless.
Yeah. I love that for them though. I'm like, y'all look like y'all. But they'd be like the nicest of the Crocs. It'll be the nicest hoodies, but they're like wearing it like, we're here for comfort and just to get through the day. Like it's such a different mind frame. It's different.
I try to tell, I pick on Sierra sometimes. Like, I'm like, yo, why you walk out the house like that? Like, and the crazy part is, like, you know how I am about shoes. My kids don't take care of, like, I don't expect the younger one. Sierra and Anaja can't take care of a pair of shoes, say they ass. I'm like, you bought white shoes and now they're off gray. Like, they ain't even off white. They just all gray. Stop buying white, tan, colored shoes if you're 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're not.
You know what I'm saying? You done spend money and them shits, they ain't coming back to life.
They're at experiences now. They're like, I had a good time. I went to a concert. I don't care what color they are now.
Yeah, like it's like, damn, man, like y'all just don't know how hard it was, like, for a motherfucker to get in a predicament where I could go get whatever shoes I want. You know what I'm saying?
That's the difference. Some would even say rich people versus poor people. If you're poor, I'd be like, let me drive your car real quick. What you gonna tell me? If I wasn't me, if I was just anybody.
If
You're poorish,
uh-huh.
low income, and I'm like, let me drive your car real quick.
Probably gonna tell you yeah.
No, but not me being me.
No.
You walk out of this house right now, go to a golf resort, go to a rich people. Hey, let me drive this boat. What they gonna tell you? Here, buddy.
Yeah.
I got insurance on it.
Yeah.
It could be replaced.
Yeah.
The poverty mind frame, it's expensive to be poor. It's very expensive to be poor.
Bar, yeah.
You can't afford to replace your item, so you're guarding it. Rich people be like, oh, I got insurance for that reason. Yeah, go fuck it up. I need a new one anyway. Am I lying? Am I lying? They're like, yeah, take the Ferrari for a ride. That's the third one. You know what I'm saying? And they purchase items. Some increase their value and some don't, right? But they're like, they get to enjoy what they have because they understand how to protect it and they can afford to protect their things. So when you get a pair of white forces, you're like, oh, you know how hard it was to even get these? I got to put a plastic bag around them. You're literally losing the experience of walking in your shoes as a raw state because you're not rich enough to buy it 3 times over. Similar to inventory. You're not rich enough to buy it 3 times over, so you got to guard it with your life. You got these white kids at concerts, they up here stumping in the mud in there and they don't care because they know they'll get more. So they don't have to guard it with their life. So it's no offense, but it's a poverty mind frame, just like when you're eating, right? There was a video of a woman at I think it was like a Love and Hip Hop something, you remember? And they're at like a cookout. And she was like, I wouldn't let nobody put all on my plate. I wouldn't eat like that. I put little portions on my plate. I wouldn't let nobody just pile my plate up like it's slops and all that. And they ripped her to shreds, right? But I understood what she meant. She's like, if you want more, put you a little bit, go back up and get more. Don't let nobody just pile your plate up because when they see you, they see sloppy. There's just some pigs and all that. They feed their dogs better than how they put it on your plate. And people went in on her. It was like, she had them bougie. She did. I'm like, but you're not hearing what she's explaining.
That makes sense.
Get you a little bit and then go back if you're hungry and get some more because you're not starving.
Yeah.
Right? But whenever you starve a college kid, I got to eat a whole piece right now because you don't know when you're going to eat again. So you literally are, what is the word? Whenever you binge and eat, it's unhealthy and it teaches your body to store everything, hence gaining weight, obesity. You understand where I'm going with this? Versus you go to restaurants, you might see like a white family, Hispanic family, Asian family, they get like, there's a lot more vegetables, salads, they can afford to buy the fresh stuff. And if it goes bad, oh, we'll get some more fresh stuff versus us. We're like, we're started off on recipes that are like slave food, the stuff that no one wanted to cook with.
Right. Yeah.
Big pot meals that got to feed the whole community. You know what I'm saying? Fish fries. We're literally eating to have enough on our stomach to go do these crazy workloads. Whereas somebody that doesn't have to go clock in, they're eating just for their health because they know health is wealth. So it's totally different. But when it comes to shoes, cars, everything, you can kind of tell somebody's financial state by how they handle what they have.
Yes.
So you be like, let me drive your car? No, because if you crash it, I can get another one right away. I got to take my kids. If I was rich, here, take it. Matter of fact, take it to the dealership. Bring another one back. It's different. You know that's how they are. I'll grab another one.
Oh, shit, you stupid. But you're not wrong.
No.
You're not wrong. I feel you on that. That's funny.
What questions you got?
So, trying to figure out a way to approach this topic because we've had this conversation before, like how people.
Just say it raw. I know your heart. Where we going to?
It's some bullshit that's just, it's a certain group of people that we see around here, and my God, I might have to beep some shit out. So I'm gonna try to talk around this. But a certain group of people, I've never seen somebody who think they are so up here, but here you're really at the bottom. But you have to do everything to create this your own world to try to convince these people that this is how you live.
So we're talking about aging out of the beach party life, how to age out gracefully.
Yes. I like the way you worded that. Yes.
Because we have the issue in the industry, in the music industry, people not knowing how to age out gracefully.
Right.
Andre got the flute. They mad. He's like, I don't want to talk about what y'all talking about. If I start speaking about my experience, you're not even living in the
He just put out an album. He just playing the piano.
Did he?
Yes.
And I miss my man.
Just like it popped up the other day. I was like, oh, what is this?
So we just gonna go down the band.
This was Tuesday, and it's literally he'll say he'll speak, he'll say whatever the song title is, and it's just him playing the piano.
And that's where he is in his life.
Yeah.
And people are literally watching how to gracefully age out while your reputation is still good without any scandal or controversy. I mean, aside from the Rosa Parks thing, getting sued for saying everybody gets to the back of the bus, but that was kind of a cool scandal. But he's showing how to age out gracefully while you're still good. You don't want to age out and trying to keep up with everybody. In Horry County, this is different. This is weird because it's a tourist area. We have a lot of turnover, residents. We don't have high industry jobs, so everybody wants to make it on social media, right? You either come here to relax or you're just trying to maintain and provide for your family, and then you get kind of like in a desperate state. So if you're like, I dare to say 30 to 40 right now, we're in a really weird place here. There's not a lot of industries. You need to have probably 2 jobs just to break even-ish, or else you're going to start not being able to afford to live so close to the coast. What comes with that is you're on the brink of seeing the generations right below you, not huge gaps, 5 years younger. They own social media. They're getting discovered. They're modeling. They're starting businesses, security companies, insurance. The generations right below me, I'm 33. They got it together. They put their foot in there. They weren't trying to be cool and impressive. That generation was like, yeah, I'm going to go for this. And now they're some of the youngest to do it in the area. Now you're watching some of the older ones fade off. When I say older, I mean like 45s, older, like our parents' generation starting to fizzle out because now these are coming in. It's okay to move out the way. When it comes to the people that are 30 to 40 right now, they don't have a set industry or a set track or direction of where they're going. It looks chaotic. You don't know whether you want to be in the club scene. You don't know whether you want to be hospitality, healthcare. So it's really tricky because in Myrtle Beach, the cost of living is high, but your potential for earning is really low unless you double up on your source of income. And it will send you into a frenzy. We're a major city, but a lot of stuff is not major city here. We don't have sidewalks to just go walking.
No.
You know, in this area, everyone's trying to get discovered for stuff. And then the people that do get discovered get caught up because they're not dark skinned enough or because they dance a little different. So everyone's trying to just make it in non-conventional ways because in this area, you can't really work one job and survive anywhere here.
It's crazy some of the avenues I see people take to make it. Like we don't fucking know you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, we know exactly who you are. We know what you represent. We see past it. And it's like, if somebody was to just come out and say, hey, listen, this isn't true. This is wrong. I know said person. This is what this person really is like. Then it will be perceived as hate, as to where, no, somebody's just telling you the truth. Like, don't fall for the pump fake and allow this person to go around you when you may be just as worthy or in the same avenue. Because I've seen people tear each other down and they turn from friends to foes so quick. But like, yo, You was just trying to slide with this person, and because this person can also do what you do, and the second they do it without you, they are up, and you go to expose people, and it's just like.
So for me, definitely not a cop out, but for me, and for everything that I do, or if anybody does it around me, my question is why? What do you have to gain or lose? And it puts it in perspective real good for me, and I think you can kind of gauge who around me. If I was to go explain like this person is fake and why? Are they a threat to me? Are they going to make it? Do they have a risk of being highly influential? Probably not. So I don't really get probably not. So for me, I've never been in the thought process of let me expose this person. No, you're not being real. I don't see it ever being a point of now. If you go into school,
See, but that's the crazy part. The exposure is not coming from the
audience.
Yeah, the exposure is coming from said person that made it. Like, why are you trying to? You're taking steps back, trying to expose people who you are saying are beneath you. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Once they defend themselves, like, okay, if I'm beneath you, why are you backtracking? And then when they go to say their piece, it's conceived as hate.
That's what I said. If I put myself in that position, whether I'm the person that's trying to make it, trying to build a demographic, and I'm trying to expose somebody for being fake or whatever, a lot of stuff I never address. The people that know me, I've already built my reputation before I got into this, whatever industry I'm in. That'll speak for it.
Yep.
If I'm the other person where someone's like, oh, you being fake, you're not this, you don't have the potential I have. It's kind of similar. Like, why do I need to address it? Well, you're so influential. Why does it matter who I am? Like, people ask me stuff all the time, and I'm in my head, I'm like, why are they asking me that? Why are they saying that? And I'll be like, I just sell hookah. I just sell hookah. I'm so serious. I think you heard that night we came to my job. But I sell hookah. I don't know. And sometimes you got to leave it where it is. Sometimes you can't entertain certain conversations, certain things.
Oh, man.
So to even go as far as to exploit situations, again, in my mind, why are they doing this? For monetary gain, for clicks, for likes. So you're trying to monetize. You're still thinking money, and people think you're being petty. No, you're thinking money. You're like, if it's going to be some negative event in my life, I can at least monetize it.
Yeah.
Which is scary because you don't want to monetize everything. But for everything that I'm watching go down, it's always, why are they doing it? What do they have to gain or to lose? Why are they saying this? What do they have to gain or to lose? And it puts a good perspective on everything. Who's doing it because they're bored, or who's feeling truly like they got to advocate for themselves. You're risking my reputation. I was on my way up, and then you pulled me down. You defamed me.
Yeah.
No. Why are you doing this? You got to know why they're doing it. You have to really understand. And then you're like, this is pointless. This is really pointless.
And you know, we between me, you and my brother, it's just like our conversations. It's just funny to see it, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, some of these avenues that people take to diminish a person. You know, I had somebody, my kid's biological father was so upset with my daughter one day because, you know, he's never been there for them, as you know. He got so mad that he literally texted her this long, terrible grammar, misspelled word paragraph. And he said, Lamar just a wannabe white boy. And I ain't care about nothing else he said, right? I'm like, that's crazy because his dad's white. His mom is like Lumbee. I'm a wannabe white boy. And I said, okay, so let's have this conversation. So, you know, I sit down with the kids or Terrence this year, and I said, what makes me want to be white boy? I said, because I don't wear my pants off my ass. I'm not in a gang. I don't have these ridiculous amount of unnecessary, pointless tattoos. because I bought a house big enough to support my family or to put my whole family in. Like, got my credit score right, bought 2 cars. Like, why does a black man raising technically, biologically, his children for well over 10 years, what part of that makes me a wannabe white boy?
So you responded to him, right?
No, the response, me not, because I felt like me not responding because he texted her. She defended me, like she went off. I let her curse. She went off. She talked her shit. But there's been times he would text me, rah, 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 rah. My response would be like, all right, bet.
Because there's no point.
There's no point. I'm like, yeah, I'll get an apology in a couple of hours, depending on what time of day. I'll get one later today.
But he's not doing it in front of an audience. So
no,
you gauged how much to invest in it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've been slandered online, not by women or social circles that don't like me. I'm not in no drama. I'll be out the way. But damn, you still live here? A little bit. I've been slandered online, and at first I was like, no, I gotta speak my piece because the people are watching. They're gonna think this of me. And I was like, they don't pay my bills. They don't make sure I'm good. Never mind. Do you, boo? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I pause. I'd be like, I still wake up. I'm still doing what I have to do. Your rant, it says more about you than it says about me if I respond to you. Yeah. Though it has the potential to affect my money because I deal with children, because I do massage and I literally sell energy. If you're portraying me to have bad energy, that's a whole nother avenue of defamation. Because if you mess up my money because of who you claim I am, I can really go at you, but my goal isn't to hurt you. I just want you to leave me alone. Right. So I've been slandered online several times throughout the years. You know it. Yeah. But it's never been on some, me and my friends have stopped talking. We went to Florida. Now we're not friends. It's never been that. Yeah. So that was a certain level of, I had to step back and say, I'm not advocating for myself online anymore. Anything that needs to be said can literally be handled court-wise if that's where I wanted to go with that. I just want peace. Like, you argue and you text and writing statuses about me, and I'm like, 7:30, I gotta get the kids. Like, I don't even have a moment to pause to do that. So for me, that's the why. Why would I respond? If I get this paragraph, block. Why would I respond to you? You're not wanting an audience, so you're just trying to vent. Your goal is to try to make me feel how you feel. Right, yeah. Block. Yeah. I understand your why. You do it online, so you're trying to get people on the bandwagon. Dominique's this, Dominique's that. Okay, now you want an audience, so your goal is to defame me, to slander me. If you succeed at your goal, that's detrimental to you. Yeah. If you succeed at your goal and get people to think something of me, they weren't for me in the first place. Right. So I don't care. They're not my market anyway. Yeah. If you fail, people will see you for who you are. And I wasn't aiming for that success. Your failure becomes my success. Right. So my why, why am I doing it? Trust
me, he failed.
But my why are you doing this becomes understanding of how I'm about to move. You understand where I'm coming from? Because a lot of times people have their same experience with the same people. So you're like, this person, they're like that. And they're like, no, you're like that. We have a track record of how you're like this. Right, versus the person you're slandering, you have to be careful because they might have a track record of exact opposite of what you're saying. Right. They're now seeing what you do to trigger that person. Yeah. But again, I have to decide whether to respond or not based off of, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be the next topic of conversation. I'm doing that because I had a septum and I took my septum out. Now everything's getting kind of there. Am I going to respond? And why would I respond? Yeah. It's not about to make me no money. I'm not about to monetize this status. It's not going to get likes and all that. Right. That shit hard to do, first of all. If I was getting stars on this, I might be like, oh, and another thing.
My flex and my response to that situation will always be the kid. That's it.
Like you're saying,
she's graduating.
We're going to get ice cream.
Me and Terrence bought him 2 cars.
Right. Yeah. Your proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, like I don't, and you know, like it ain't a person walking God's green earth gonna say, Lamar's a terrible parent, terrible dad, terrible.
And it will make them look at them crazy as fuck. Like,
yeah, they
where do you get your sources from? Now you're jaded because why would you think
right,
that?
Exactly. Listen, let me tell you. Again, it goes back to what I would tell my kids: look at the quality of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we just had our little birthday dinner, man, it was the people that were there were the like people that have like just been there, and I just was like, you know what, man, like he don't really get to go out places, let's invite him. And it was just a good vibe. And I know some people are mad that they weren't invited.
Right.
I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wrap this up with this question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell 19-year-old Dominique one thing, what would it be? Oh my God.
What? No, I'm like, if I could tell 19-year-old Dominique anything, it'll come. Start the family after you've traveled. Get you some you time. Learn what it is you want to do, because I didn't know I wanted to travel. I didn't know, what comes with being out of high school, out of college. It'll come. Don't do anything with the goal of trying to fill a gap or a void. Um, I would say you don't have to fight your fight. God's always watching. Something always ends up happening.
Oh God!
Something always ends up happening.
I swear to God, that's true to you.
As a witness, something always ends up happening. Certain people can't do certain things to you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to act. If you just wait patiently, stop acting so fast, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. Dominique, I appreciate you. This has been a sit-down interview with Dominique. I am your host, Franchise, Now It's Seen Podcast, and we are out. Peace.